Great leaders understand the power of the personal anecdote.
But life has a way of reminding you of big things through small incidents. Once during the heady days of the Moscow summit, Nancy and I decided to break off from the entourage one afternoon to visit the shops on Arbat Street. That's a little street just off Moscow's main shopping area. Even though our visit was a surprise, every Russian there immediately recognized us and called out our names and reached for our hands. We were just about swept away by the warmth. You could almost feel the possibilities in all that joy. But within seconds, a KGB detail pushed their way toward us and began pushing and shoving the people in the crowd. It was an interesting moment. It reminded me that while the man on the street in the Soviet Union yearns for peace, the government is communist, and those who run it are communists. And that means we and they view such issues as freedom and human rights very differently.
This is classic Reagan. He brings out who he is, shares his experience, talks about personal experiences to make a larger point. Always looking for the good in human hearts, trying to show where there's commonality, and yet not afraid to condemn, to attack, to tell people exactly where he stands in order to make a point. Much more forceful, much more convincing than simply talking about principle, but his stories are not simply to entertain, they are to bring out principle. That's the most effective way of using stories, to make sure people understand and remember your messages and your principles.